So, going ahead with the discussion, what is network? Yes, anyone? And what I want is everyone should be interactive with me during the time of session, or else there is a high possibility that you may enter in a very dangerous zone known as sleep zone. So be interactive with the trainer every time, everyone. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Don't be shy or don't think that what trainer will think, because you have come over here to learn. So you have a full right to ask the question to the trainer. Daniel says that network is a system of interconnected devices. Ahmed says that connecting two devices. Yes. What about others? Yes, guys, be interactive. Tell me what is network. What it comes to your mind when I ask you what is network. So both of them are correct. That network is a system of interconnected devices connecting two devices. Sohail says that group of connected devices. See, any two devices which you connect for the communication purpose builds up a network. As simple as that. Now, you are at home. You are at home, and you have a router over here. Everyone has a router at home, and assume that this is your PC. Then you will be having your own printer as well. So when you connect the PC, when you connect the printer, it is nothing but a network. As simple as that. So connecting any two communication devices is a network. So the network allows the computers or a networking devices or a communication devices to connect and communicate with different computers via any medium. This you have connected a cable, right? This cable is nothing but a medium. The medium can be a copper, it can be a fiber, UTP cable, or a fiber cable. Now, what are these UTP cables, copper ports, fiber? This all we are going to discuss. Not now, but in the coming time. If everything we'll discuss in the first lecture, then the first lecture will become the last lecture. So, networks. When you talk about networks, then networks are also of different types. Anyone can tell me what are the three major types of network? So, yes, anyone. What are the different type of networks? It's LAN, MAN, and WAN. There are three different types of network: LAN, MAN, and WAN. Local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network. These three are the major types of network designed to operate over the area they cover. When I say over the area they cover, means depending upon the area, this terminology is used. This LAN, MAN, WAN is nothing a technical word. So when I say LAN, so it is a logical explanation. LAN means it is a logical explanation how large your area will be local. Similarly, now let's say for example, if you are connected within a room, like at your home, if you are connected, where you have PCs, your mobile phones connected to the router, this is nothing but a LAN. When your piece within your room, if the network is connected within your home, the network is connected, or within your own building, a premises. So it is a logical explanation how large your network can be local. So when you are connected within your home, or when you are connected within the same building, within the same premises, or within your organization, within your company, that kind of network is nothing but a LAN network, local area network. Or it is called local area network. LAN is stands for local area network. It is a logical explanation how big your network can be local. Similarly, any question over here? So when you talk about LAN, MAN, and WAN, there are some similarities and some dissimilarities between them. And as I told you, the major difference between this LAN, MAN, WAN is nothing but a geographical area they cover. And it is a logical explanation. There is no terms or terminology or a technical term that LAN means this, WAN means this, or MAN means this. It is a logical explanation. And the difference between them is the geographical area they cover. So as I told you that the network which is in your home, which is in your premises, which is in your organization, within your organization, of course, this will be the smallest area, right? So the LAN will cover the smallest area. When you talk about MAN is metropolitan area network. This is nothing but an area that can be covered larger than the LAN. You can say a network of the whole city is nothing but a MAN, metropolitan area network. And the WAN, the third one, is something comprises of the largest area of all. When you talk about the ISP, your internet service provider, now in India, you have a multiple service providers from Airtel, Reliance, and there will be many local ISPs also who will be providing you the network connections, internet access. They will be providing it to you. So when they all connect, is nothing but a WAN. We will be going much more depth in the coming time, but for now, just understand that LAN is nothing but a logical explanation how large your network will be local. So when you talk about how large it will be local, means the network can be within your building, within your organization. Metropolitan area network is a logical explanation how large your network can be metropolitan, that is within the city. You can say a city network can be said as a metropolitan area network. And last, WAN is a wide area network. WAN is a wide area network, and the best example of the WAN is the ISPs, Internet Service Provider. What does ISP stands for? Internet Service Provider. So whoever gives you internet at your home is called as ISP. Whoever provides you the internet at your home is nothing but ISP, Internet Service Provider. And to be very honest, these are only the three major types of the network logically defined: LAN, MAN, and WAN. But there are peoples in the industry who try to be over smart. And when you go for the interview, especially I'm talking for those who are the pass outs, just college pass outs, for them. So they will be just for confusing purpose. They might be asking you some stupid out of the context questions, and for that I will be preparing for you. Now within the LAN, within the LAN, there are certain divisions which is actually not of use, but we have to discuss. They are called as within the LAN. We have PAN, which is personal area network. So, guys, over here, PAN is nothing like you have your own computer, you have your own printer that is connected over a cable, and you are giving a printouts, or you have a computer and then you have one more computer, both are connected to each other within your home which is your personal assets. That is nothing but personal area network PAN. Then there is something called SAN. This is again a big concept. Then we will be discussing about the virtualization. At that time, I will be going in depth. But stands for storage area network. Then now let's say within your organization, you have organization, you have your company running, and over there within your company you have set up the robust network where you have 100 to 1000 of PCs connected. Then you have printers, servers, switches, routers, all these components we are going to discuss in the coming time. Don't get confused what sir is saying, what this trend is saying, routers, switches, we haven't heard about this. So don't worry, you will be hearing in the coming lectures. But these are the network components: routers, switches, hubs, servers, computers. These all are the networking devices, networking components. So that is nothing but when you have built up your own network, your enterprise network, your company network, where you have 100 to 1000 of PCs connected, servers connected, so routers, switches, firewalls. That is nothing but EPN, stands for enterprise private network. Enterprise private network. Any questions still here? Yes, anyone has any questions? No questions? Okay. Now, moving ahead with the discussion, understanding more about the PAN, that is personal area network. We have discussed in short that when you connect your own personal devices over the network, that is nothing but PAN. So, PAN is a personal area network having an interconnection of personal technological devices to communicate over a short distance. So, it is not exact numbers what I am saying, but you can assume that it is a general thing said that from 10 to 30 meters within the area you are defining you are designing your network. That is nothing but a PAN. And again, let me tell you, whatever I am saying is a logical explanation that has nothing to do with the real terms and terminologies. So in the PAN, there are few users as compared to the other network. We have discussed about LAN, WAN, etc. So in PAN, of course, it's a personal area network. It is your own personal network which you have built up for your personal purpose. So you will have a small number of devices. You will have one wireless access point. What is wireless access point? If you don't know, don't worry, it will come. Then you will have your own two, three computers, and apart from that, one router for the internet connectivity. So that builds up a PAN. So of course, there are advantages defined that it allow for the easy communication between the personal devices. It can be set up using a Wi-Fi. It is a quick setup. So we will not discuss anything more about this, and let's move ahead to the important terminology LAN. So till now, we have understood that local area networks connects the network devices in such a way that your personal computer, as we have seen, your personal computer, your PC, your printers, everything will be connected. And when you connect all this thing within your home or within your company or within a one building setup, that is nothing but a LAN, a group of computer and devices connected together by router switches is nothing but a LAN. We have discussed about the MAN, which is Metropolitan Area Network. We have discussed about MAN, which is Metropolitan Area Network. We have said that this covers a larger area as covered by the LAN, but smaller than the WAN. So you can say from 5 to 50 kilometers of area it can cover, and it is defined as MAN. Then we have discussed about WAN, that is wide area network. It can extend over the large geographical area, and the best example of the WAN we have said is your ISPs. Your ISP network is the best example of WAN, that is Internet Service Provider. There are multiple ISPs, like I have given example, Airtel, Reliance, and of course don't go towards this big ISP. Within your area you will be finding the multiple small service providers who provide the internet access. So this ISP network is nothing but the best example for the WAN, that is wide area network. Any questions over here on LAN, WAN, MAN? Anyone has any questions? Ikra is asking, can you please share a reference PDF or any related material? Yes, Ikra, you will get the complete recording. There is some criteria for getting this recording. If you have 85% of attendance, 85 to 90% of attendance, then those candidates will get the recording as well for this session. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we have discussed what is network and its types. That is local area network, metropolitan area network, wide area network. So if you don't have any questions over here, let's move ahead and start with IP addressing. See, again, let me tell you one thing. The IP addressing is something, a very small part that Cisco course content has, but I will be going much more in depth, much more in detail, understanding that there are many freshers pass outs in the batch. So we have to start with a very basic concept. So what is an IP addressing? Anyone has any idea what is an IP addressing? What is IP address? Anyone? What is an IP address? Yes, please say in the chat box. What is IP address? Anyone? Daniel says that a unique address assigned to a network. Unique address. Okay. What about others? What is IP address? Everyone uses internet, right? Now imagine, and for the internet, Danish says internet protocol. Okay, he's saying the full form. That's good. You have to be interactive. You have to say something. See, knowing or not knowing is something different. You have come here to learn, but you should be interactive with the trainer. So everyone is using internet, and for using the internet, everyone has a device: mobile phone, computers, laptops, right? So just imagine, imagine every device. It can be PC, it can be Mobile phone, can be a server, it can be your router. Now, just for understanding purpose, imagine every device on this on the internet, every device on the internet is a house. This is one house, this is house 2, this is house 3, this is house 4. Every device on the internet as a house. Imagine that every device on the internet as a house. Now, for you to send a letter to a friend living in other house, this, let's say this is your house, okay, this PC is your house. You want to send a letter to a friend in another house. This server is a friend who is staying in another house. What you will need, yes, what you will need if you want to send a letter to a friend. Yasin is saying, can we use mic? Yasin, if everyone will start to use the mic, then the training session will become a fish market. So it is better you interact with the trainer on the chat. But yes, if there is something, which you cannot explain in the chat at that time, you can come on the mic. Yes, you can turn on the mic. Or else, for everything, don't turn on the mic, please. So Yasin says that if you want to send a letter to a friend, you will need the address. Yes, that's right. You will need their home address. In the digital world, this home address is what we call as IP address. In the digital world, this home address. If you want to send a letter to a friend, if the PC want to send a letter to his friend server, you will need his home address. But in the digital world, instead of home address, we will need an IP address. What we will need? We will need an IP address. We will need an IP address. An IP address is nothing but internet protocol address. Okay, IP address is nothing but internet protocol address. And IP address is nothing but a unique string of numbers. What is IP address? IP address is IP address is an unique string of numbers. It is separated by trades. Is separated by trades or colon. We will discuss. Don't get confused. What is trades? What is colon? Everything will come. And IP address is nothing but an unique string of numbers separated by a colons or a brace, and it identifies each device is connected to the network. Now, this PC will have one IP address, this server will have IP address. So now, let's say for example, this is a PC. This PC will have some IP address, and how the IP address is, let me tell you. This is how the IP address look like. IPv4 address. For now, say IP address. Okay. This is 1.1.1.1, and then again over here it will have some unique address. The server will also have a unique address. Let's say 2.2.2.2. Now, as we have discussed that if a friend want to send a letter to another friend, what he need is home address. In a similar way, now if this PC want to send something to the server, it will need its IP address. Similar to the home address, in the digital world, we call it as IP address, Internet Protocol address. So if PC want to talk to the server, he will talk on this IP address, the IP address of the server. So as we discussed that an IP address or an internet protocol address is an unique string of numbers assigned to each device connected to a network. So basically, this IP address serves as an identifier. IP address serves as an identifier. Identify the devices over the network. This IP address serves as an identifier that allows devices to send and receive data over the network. This IP address ensures that whatever is sent to whomever it is sent, it is delivered to them correctly to the correct destination. So is it clear what is IP address? Everyone is clear what is IP address? Anyone has any questions? Any doubts? IP address is just a number. In digital world, it is called as address. In the real world, it is called a home address. If anyone has any doubt, please get it clear because this I'm building up the foundation. Later on, in so much detail we are not going to go. Unique identifier, we can say yes, we can say unique identifier, right? Now, going ahead with the discussion, there are different types of IP addresses. We'll say type of IP addresses now. So, type of IP addresses. There are two type of IP addresses: IPv4, IPv6. Over here, we are going to discuss two types of IP addresses. They are IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. First, we will discuss IPv4 addresses. First, we'll discuss IPv4 addresses. IPv4 address, this is a very common type of IP addresses, and it consists of four sets of numbers. Now, I have written just sometime before I have written 1.1.1.1, which was nothing but a IPv4 address. And this will have a four set of numbers separated by dots. This is what I have written just sometime before, right? I wrote 1.1.1.1. This is the IP address. What it is, it consists of four different sets. See, four different sets are there, and it is separated by dots. After every number, there is a dot, right? This is the IPv4 address. Or you can say very common. Now, everyone is using the computer, right? Just after some time, we'll check this thing. But now, just focus. For example, I will write one more number: 192.158.1.38. Anything. This is nothing but an IP address. But you might be thinking, like, this number will have some range. Yes, this number will have some range. So you are seeing this set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. These sets are nothing but called as octet. What it is called? These sets are called as octets. This this is one octet. This 192 is one octet. 158 is one octet. 1 is one octet. 38 is one octet. These are nothing but called as octets. OCTETS, octets. And why it is octet, that also we'll learn in some time. And this each set of number can range, each set of number can range from 0 to 255. This each number will be either 0, 1 up to 255. So what is IP address? IP address is a number, four set of numbers. Okay, it is a four set of numbers separated by dots. and each set of number can range from 0 to 255. Each every set at every place it can be 0 up to 255. Any number can be there. This is nothing but a IP address. And you know that using this combination every place from 0 to 255 in first octet, 0 to 255 in second octet, 0 to 255 in third octet, 0 to 255 in fourth octet, this total combination, if you will see, this format can support up to 4 billion unique addresses. How many? 4 billion unique IP addresses. So there are 4 billion unique IP addresses, IPv4 addresses available globally. Any questions? Any doubt? Now, let's discuss the breakdown. When I'm saying this is octets, right? There are 4 octets in IPv4 addresses. 4 sets, 4 octets are there, right? Octet 1, octet 2, octet 3, octet 4. How this breakdown is done, how this is calculated, let's understand some basics about this. Everyone knows about bits and bytes concept, bits and bytes, or is there anyone who don't know about bits and bytes? Please tell me. Okay, that's good. I'm assuming that everyone knows this. What is bit, what is byte? Okay. So guys, when you talk about the first octet of the IP address, each octet, whether it is octet 1, octet 2, octet 3, or octet 4, each octet will have 8 bits of data. 8 bits. So it is something, let me take it over here. It is 8 bits dot 8 bits dot 8 bits dot, every octet will have 8 bits. So can we say that the IPv4 address is a 32 bits address? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 32, right? So IPv4 address is a 32-bit IP address, and every octet can take a value from 0 to 255. Now 0 to 255, when you say that 0 to 255, how many numbers are there? When you say 0 to 255, including 0, how much it becomes? 256, right? It becomes 256. Yes. So how this combination has arrived? See, it is a binary numbers. Everyone knows that. What is binary number? Everyone knows what is binary number? Please confirm in the chat box if anyone doesn't know about binary numbers. Okay. So binary number is nothing but a combination of zeros and one. Everyone knows that. And the IP address, when you talk about IP address, now each octet we have said that it is an 8-bit address, and the total IP for address is 32-bit, taking a value from 0 to 255. The range is derived. This range 0 to 255, that is 256 IP addresses. This range is derived from the possible combination of 8 bits, right? This is 8, this is 8, this is 8, this is 8. And bits, when you talk about bits, binary, in binaries, it is either 0 or 1. So 0 or 1 means 2. Is 2, and each address is 8 bits. Each address is 8 bits means 2 is to 8. If you calculate 2 is to 8, it's nothing but 256. Any questions over here? No questions? Okay, then let's move ahead. So before we move ahead, let me recall what we have discussed till now. We have learned that in the digital world, we have 4 billion unique addresses, and where billion of devices connect and communicate over IPv4 addresses, and plays a crucial role for your day-to-day life. Whether you are Daniel is asking, how will a question be asked for this concept in a random way? No one will ask you the questions over here. Moreover, the questions what you can expect is how many bits are there in IPv4 address. You can say 32 bit is there. So what is the range? Now range we are going to discuss, Daniel. There are classes. When you I will explain you classes. At that time you will get more clear idea about this number what I have told, that 0 to 255 256 IP addresses that will come, don't worry. And finally I will be giving a summarized questions as well, that what questions you can expect from these topics. So don't worry, you will be having all those things. A complete package will be there for you. So where a billion of devices connects and communicate, internet protocol, that is IP address, plays a crucial role. And we have also learned that these addresses are what it allows your devices to identify and locate each other in the network. Now let's discuss about when it was invented and all, some basic general generic ideas before we move ahead with our actual topic. Now, IPv4 or Internet Protocol version 4 is the originating addressing system. This was the first addressing system which was originated in the year 1983. Now, no one will ask you when this was invented, but just for your information, that IPv4 was the first, or I can say the original addressing system of the internet, and it was introduced in 1983. We have learned that it is a 32-bit address scheme. Roughly, it allows over 4 billion unique addresses. And let me tell you, you might be thinking, how come this is calculated to approximately 4 billion? So that is nothing but you have 32 bits, right? We have discussed that IPv4 is a 32-bit IP address. Each octet has 8 bits, meaning each octet will range from 0 to 255. And this we have calculated using binary, either can be 0 or 1. So 2 raised to 8, which is 256. Now, since it is a 32-bit IP address, each octet has 2 raised to 8, which means that 0 to 255. So when I say that approximately 4 billion IP addresses, which is nothing but 32 bits, 2 raised to 32, which will be coming approximately 4 billion. IPv4 addresses are typically displayed in decimal format. We have seen it's 1.1.1.1, 2.2.2.2, something like that, 192.168, 1.1. And at your home, most over, if you will see the IP address, it will be something 192.168.1.1.1.2, 1.3, and so on. It's a very common format. Everyone uses in their local area network this IP address. Now, very, very, very important thing, because if you have learned this, the subnetting, which is one of the toughest part, if there are some experience, the person who are already working in networking domain, if you will ask them, they will be knowing the pain of subnetting. So, if you want to learn subnetting, this concept should be clear. Now, let's say. Let's say, let's consider one a random IP address 128.11.3.31, for example. Any random number. I have just written a random number, okay? It is just a random number. That's an IP address. Why? Because each octet is between 0 to 255. Four octets are there, separated by decimal. It is an IPv4 address 128.11.3.31. In your school time, everyone has learned that the computers doesn't understand human language. It understands the binary language. It works on the binary numbers. Everyone has learned this, right? It works on binary numbers. We have learned that if you go to a specific site, this all things we have learned in school. If you go to a specific website, for example, www.google.com, actually it doesn't understand what is Google, but it understands the binary language, which is a combination of zeros and ones. Computer understand this zeros and one language, and not only computers, any networking devices. So, being a human, you are seeing this IP address 128.11.3.31. Everyone is there with me, or they are sleeping? Please confirm in the chat box. Everyone is there with me. That's good. So basically, the computer doesn't understand what is 128.11.3.31. So how this IP address will go when it reaches to computer, how it will be, the computer will be understanding. One 128.11.3.31. Any computer or a networking devices. So it will become converted into the combinations of ones and zeros. So 128 will go like, it will be something like that into the, and it will be converted into the zeros and ones. Now you might be thinking how I have written, how you will learn. Don't worry, we are here to learn this. So this is your original IP address. How you will convert this? You also can convert this. I will tell you how. Everyone knows that IP address is a 4 octet, that is 32-bit IP address. Each octet has the value from 0 to 255, and it is a binary where zeros and ones are there. So that's why how we calculate is 2 is to power, right? So when you say about 128, this is something like this, it is going to happen. You can calculate like this. You have to divide this. So when you divide 128 divided by 2, how much it will be? 64. What is the remainder? 0. Again divide it. 64 divided by 2, 32. What is the remainder? 0. 32 divided by again 2, 16. What is the remainder? 0. Divide by 2, 8. What is the remainder? 0. Divide by 2, 4, remainder 0, divide by 2, 2, remainder 0, divide by 2, 1, remainder 0, and this 1 is remaining, which cannot be divided, right? It is 1. What it comes? It comes to be 1 and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is how your addresses get converted, because your computer doesn't even understand what that 12811. It understands the binary language. Now let me tell you the value of each places. These are 8 bits, right? So every place you will have some number. The first place is 2 raised to 0, which will be 0. Then 2 raised to 1. So basically, see how it is calculated. This 1 is there. Na? Okay, before that, let me tell you some more thing. This is clear how this value is derived. Everyone, it is clear, or anyone has any doubt? Okay. Similarly, we have second octet 11, right? Second octet is 11. 7 is there. Start dividing by 2. How much it will be? 5. Okay. What is the remainder? 1. Divide by 2 again. How much? 2. Remainder? 1. Divide by 2. 1. Remainder? 0. Divide by 2. 1. So, sorry. Yes, yes, yes. So, this will be again 1. Remainder will be 1. And it is a 8, 8 bits, right? So, we have already completed with the 4 bits. So, what it will be now? The 4 bits, the starting 4 bits will be 0. So, you can say that the second bit, second octet, something 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. No, Ahmed, you are doing wrong. Initial bits will be 0. Everyone is clear how these numbers are converted to binaries? Everyone is getting an idea? Similarly, we'll do it for remaining also, so you get a confidence out of it. Okay. So what we were having, third octet was 3. So can you people do it for 3 and tell me what will be the binary? Everyone please type in the chat box. Do it on your own. See our IP address. Let me type the IP address. Let me type the IP address again. 128.11.3.31. This is your IP address. I have calculated the binaries for 128 and 11. Can you please calculate for 3 and 31? Put in the chat box, everyone. Please be quick. Yes, it will be from right to left, Daniel. Like the way you write Urdu, na, from right to left, in the similar fashion, it is calculated. Yes, guys, be quick. All of them has to do it. It is not optional. It is mandatory. Yes, what about others? They are not doing it. I told you that it is mandatory. You have to do it. Yes, Danish, Shahid. What about you guys? Jafar, Muzaffar, Ikra, Junaid. Yeah, Junaid has done okay. So Muzaffar and Junaid, you need a pin every time. I should ask to do, then you will do. You have to do it, man. So maximum of them has given the right answer. That the last two bits will be 1 1 and remaining will be 0. So the correct answer is 00000011. Always remember, don't forget the basics, that it is a 8 bit. It is a 8-bit number, 8 bit. Always remember, it is a 8 bit and it starts from right to left. Now, how it comes? This is how it is calculated. First place will be 2 is to 0, second place will be 2 is to 1, and 2 is to 2, 2 is to 3, 2 is to 4, 2 is to 5, 2 is to 6, 2 is to 7. And now, if you just calculate this, 2 is to 7 is how much? 128? Right or wrong? 2 is to 7 is 128. 2 is to 6? 64. 2 to 5, 32. 16, 8, 4, 1, 0. How much it will be? Yes, guys, how much it will be? 55. So when you talk about bits, it is something, the first bit will be 2 is to 0. As I told you, 2 is to 1, 2 is to 2, 2 is to 3. It's a power of 2. 2 is to 4, 2 is to 5, 2 is to 6, 2 is to 7. So total IP address is 255. So the octet, in every octet, it will be from 0 to 255. That is 256 numbers can be there. Is it clear? Any questions, any doubt, or if you have not understood anything, please let me know. You have learned how to convert the IP addresses to the binaries and all the binary numbers, hexadecimal number. You have understood, right? No, Yasin, I didn't started with 2 is to 7. I just sometime before I told you that the binaries you have to write it from right to left, right to left, and it is 8 bits. So I have started from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Since I cannot write from right to left, I have written 2 is to 7 first. But actually, it is when I have read it is 2 is to 0, 2 is to 1, 2 is to 2, 2 is to 3, 2 is to 4, 2 is to 5, 2 is to 6, 2 is to 7. 0 to 7 means 8 bits. 0, 1 to count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8. So each octet is 8 bits. So in each octet, it is something like this in binaries. Is it clear, Yasin? Okay. So this was about your IPv4 address. So what we have learned in IPv4 address, it is a number separated by dots. It's a since there is a point over here, that's why it's called a decimal. Okay. It has 4 octets. That is each separation is called octet. Each octet is of 8 bits. IPv4 is a 32-bit IP address. The computer doesn't understand these numbers, it understands the binaries, which is a combination of zeros and ones. We have learned that how we can convert, how the computer converts. We have learned, see, in real life anyway you don't have to convert this, but you should know how the things are going on in backend. So this is how it goes on. We have learned how to convert this into the binaries, and definitely this is going to help us when we will be doing a subnetting. This was a short introduction about the IPv4 address. Many things are going to come, but this was something short about the IPv4 address. So we were on the topic types of IP addresses, and the first type we have completed, that is IPv4 address. The second type is IPv6 address. We are not going to go in detail at the moment because you will not understand if I will go much more in detail about the IPv6. So I will be having a short introduction about IPv6, and then we will be moving ahead to our next topic within the IP addressing. Now, when the IPv4 address was created in 1983, the people who created never thought of like there will be a huge change and this IP addresses will be insufficient at a specific time. And at the moment, we are running at the shortage of IPv4 address. IPv4 addresses are falling short. So that is the reason something called as IPv6 is introduced. IPv6 addresses. IPv6 addresses are introduced. We have learned that IPv4 is something 32-bit address. IPv6 is 128 bits instead of 32 bits. This is 128 bits. Now, since you have already learned about this bits and octet concepts, can someone tell me in IPv6 addresses, if it is 128-bit IP address, how many octets will be there? Anyone? Ikra is saying 6. What about others? Daniel says 16. Junaid says 4. 4 will of course not be there, Junaid, because in 32 bits we were having 4 octet. Yes, what about others? Suman says 16. Ahmad says 16. I will give you a hint. Just calculate the power of 2 up to 128 and tell me what which power you reaches for 128. 2 raised to 1, 2, 2 raised to 2, 4, in that way. Calculate up to 128. It will be 8 octets. So you can see that it is 128 bits instead of 32 bits, meaning it will be of course giving a great number of possible addresses. It will offer a vastly greater number of possible addresses it will provide you. Right or wrong? So these addresses are expressed as 8 groups of 4 hexadecimal digits. This will comprise of 8 groups. Over there it was 4 groups. Here it will be 8 groups. So as an example, I can say that the IPv6 address will look something like this. And one more thing, in IPv4 we were using dots. Over here we will be using colon. What we will use? We'll use colon over here to separate each octet. 2001 colon 0db8 colon 85A3. Once again, 2001 colon 0db8 colon 85A3 colon 0000 colon 0000 colon 8A, let's say 2E colon 0480 colon. It will look something like this. we will not be discussing much more about IPv6 because I'm sure that you will not understand much more thing at the moment. But at least you should have a generic idea that there is something called IPv6 address. It is an 128-bit IP address instead of 32 bits. It is being into 8 groups, which I have written over here. If you know this much, that is okay. We will move ahead with the discussion, and we will be discussing IPv6 at the last. This basic idea, everyone is clear with this basic idea? Yes, that's good. Now, again, based on the usage, IPv4 address is again divided based on the usage, IPv4 address is again divided into public and private IP addresses. Public versus private IP addresses. Now you might be thinking that we are only doing theory. Yes, at the moment in the first lecture, at least it will be more over theory. Practicals are going to start. We will be doing hands-on practicals from the basic to the advanced level. And trust me, when I'm saying CCNA, at the end you will realize that it is not about a CCNA, but even many CCNP topics we are going to cover. And not only CCNP, you will be having the overview of the virtualization in detail, cloud computing in detail. Now, based on the usage, IPv4 address is divided into public and private IP addresses. So, just hold on 1 second. Okay, so before we go ahead, let me show you actually what is public IP address and private IP address. Then we will discuss and you will get much more idea about this as well. Everyone is connected through Windows, or is there anyone who is connected through Mac or anything? I believe everyone is connected through Windows, right? So, what you have to do is just click on start button and type CMD command prompt. Everyone type command prompt, and for everyone, this screen should open like this. Now type ipconfig, and I believe everyone is connected through wireless, right? Type ipconfig and hit enter. Now see, I am connected through wireless and it is showing me IP address. Everyone can see their IP address. Just give me 2 minutes, huh? Just give me 2 minutes, please. Okay, guys. So everyone has. Ikra is saying that sir, my laptop went dead. So Ikra, you must know that for every Windows problem there is one solution: restart. Everyone has given the command ipconfig, and now what I want is everyone is able to see the IPv4 address of their computer, right? Can you please put it in the chat box? Everyone put their IP address in the chat box. See, for me, it is 192.168.0.169. Can you tell me your IP addresses? Daniel says that it is 192.168.1.5. So what about others? Now see that everyone has put their IP addresses 1.5, 1.26, 1.144, 192.168.1.103. There might be a possibility also that some of the IP addresses will become same also. Now you might say that Siraj, you were saying sometime before that the IP addresses are unique and it cannot be same for everyone. Yes, this is what we have to learn in public addresses, public IP addresses and private IP addresses. Now, this is one thing. You have seen the IP address of your computer. Just open your browser. Everyone open your browser. Go to Google and say my IP address. And you can see this link. What is my IP address? Just click over here. And can everyone put this IP address? See, for me it is 2.50.89.119. Now see over here, your computer IP address is something different. But when you ask, going to internet, you ask that what is my IP address? It is giving you something different. That's where we have to understand what is public IP address, what is private IP address, and we will be learning this. But for today, we are already done with the timing, so we will stop over here. Yasin is saying that I'm using Zscaler. So now Zscaler is something a very, very different topic. Okay, Yasin, we will discuss sometime later about this. He is using a SASE model. Okay, so now guys, it's a time to stop over here and we will continue tomorrow. Now, something I have to say today, due to some reason,